Hi everybody, Ben Bliven, Chief of Police for the City of Wausau. As many of you have probably heard, I have announced my resignation effective September 1st, so by the time you're seeing this video, it will be my last day as Chief of Police here in the City of Wausau, and in the future Chief Chat, you'll see a different face on these videos. And so this is just a video to say farewell to Wausau and express my appreciation to the citizens of Wausau, the community of Wausau, the men and women of the Wausau Police Department. There's a lot of reasons I've made the decision to leave. Some of them have to do with the difficulties of the job of police chief, and some of them have to do with my family, and others have to do with choosing to do something different in my career and challenging myself and in a new opportunity. So those are kind of the three significant reasons. Is this has been a really difficult job. I've done this job for 5.5 years, and the average tenure of police chief is 3 to 5 years. So I've exceeded that. A really wise police chief once told me that you'll know when it's time to retire or to leave your position, and that's exactly how I feel. Like I've done a lot of good things here, and I'm ready to make a transition to a different job. And so I will leave this department behind with a lot of great memories, a lot of great friendships and relationships, and a lot of pride for what our department has been able to accomplish. And I'm also feeling a lot of sadness because I know that I won't be working with these men and women every day anymore, and that's hard. It's been hard to say goodbye. I'm just making a transition to the private sector. I'm going to a great community business that's been here for a long time, and so many of you that live and work here in Wausau, you know Greenheck well, and so that's where I'm transitioning to, and I'll start at Greenheck the day after Labor Day. And I'm really excited about that opportunity to work for a great organization that I have a lot of respect for. Specifically as the Chief of Police, and for my entire tenure as a law enforcement officer in Wausau, I've been amazed at the tremendous people that live here in our community, the people who want nothing but the best for our community. That's really been the joy of being a police officer and serving as the Chief of Police, is having the opportunity to meet so many people that live here, so many people in all different facets and areas of our community. There are so many people marching in a great direction and want good things for every individual that lives here. And so that's been the great joy of my career, is having the ability to know those people and work alongside them to help resolve community problems. One thing that I think is sometimes taken for granted is the volume, the level of support that we have as a police department here in our community. And I attribute that to a couple of things. One is we take great pride in being an organization of excellence. We hire outstanding people, we train them to a very high level throughout their career, and we hold them to very high standards. We have outstanding people here, and that makes a difference in terms of the level of support we have. And I think the other thing is that people in our community are engaged in knowing what's going on within the police department, and because they know the character of the individuals that work here, they support us and support us at a very high level. And that's unique. That isn't something that every law enforcement agency across the state or the country sees. What I've really loved about this career in terms of the actual work is, number one, I love the mission of serving our community and serving it at a very high level. We have the opportunity to work on really significant problems and to bring solutions to the table. And it's pretty rare that somebody in a community has the ability to influence community in such a way as a police officer. And so that's been something that I've really enjoyed, is being able to focus on a mission that means something so significant to so many people. And then secondarily, but equally as important to me, has been the opportunity to work alongside outstanding individuals. Teddy Roosevelt gave the Man in the Arena speech over 100 years ago. It's more than a century old, but it's one that I think really rings true. And in that speech, he said, "It is not the critic that counts, not the one who criticizes how the strong man stumbles or how the doer of deeds could have done things better. Rather, it is the one that's in the arena that counts, the one whose face is marred by death, and blood and tears. It's those who strive valiantly. That's who matters. And so our police officers are the ones that strive valiantly. They've signed up for this job that is oftentimes so thankless. And they just keep showing up to work every single day to serve and to serve well. And our community knows there's a lot of bad things that happen here, but they don't know the half of it. So many things that our police officers do on a daily basis don't even get reported to the media. The media doesn't pick up on them. We can't issue a press release multiple times a day for all the things our police officers have to do. The work that our police officers do matters. And so when there are critics out there, and there are a lot of critics, they don't matter. The critics don't matter. The one who is in the arena, our police officers are out in the community actually doing the work. They're the ones that matter, and that work that they do matters so significantly. That's what I'll miss. I'll miss just being alongside these great individuals as they do their job, and I know how well they do it, and I know how much they care. They care so deeply about the work here. They care so deeply about the people of this community, and they care about each other. I had an aspiring law enforcement leader asked me once, Chief, what can you do to best support police officers in their role? And there's a lot of things you can do to support staff, to support police officers, and I think we do a wide variety of things. But my answer, to keep it succinct, is love them fiercely. Love is holding people to an exceptionally high standard, and then holding them to account when they don't reach those standards, because you know the greatness that exists within them. And so that's what I mean by love them fiercely, is give them the resources they need to be able to excel and to reach higher levels, so that when they have enough experience and time on, hopefully they can be way better than me in my job, or other people within our department that have a lot of experience. You want them to be able to exceed and do even better for the community. Yeah, I mean, first of all, I need to say just thank you to my family. And while I'm speaking to my family, the families of law enforcement bear the brunt of a law enforcement career. I think the obvious things where families bear the brunt of a law enforcement career are things like missed birthdays, missed Christmases, missed family events, holidays, all of those kinds of things. But there's so much more to it. But I think one of the most significant things is the worry that comes along with being a police officer's spouse, parent, child, sibling. Sure, they worry about physical safety, but it's a worry about the humanity, the whole person, how you're coping with some of the traumatic things that you experience in the career. I remember many times when really bad things would happen in our community, and I would have to send a text message, or sometimes not even be able to send a text message, so that I'm going to be home pretty late. By the time I get home, they already know what's happened because it's in the news, and they don't know maybe exactly how I'm involved with the situation, but they know it's bad. They know it's impacted me tremendously, and so I remember many times opening the door to the house, and there's my kids and my wife waiting to give me a hug when I get home. And so, that comes with the territory of being the family member of a police officer. And I can't imagine doing this job without that level of family support. It's hard enough without it, I'm sure, but I'm so grateful to have had that level of family support. I'm so grateful for so many families that support their law enforcement officers in their career, because the career is so important, and we need that support to be able to carry on day after day, month after month, year after year. So, to my wife, to my kids, my parents, thank you, and thank you to all the law enforcement families out there. The future of the Wausau Police Department is bright. We have a lot of good men and women here that are doing outstanding work, that are extraordinarily capable, that have been trained to a very high level, that have great education, lots of experience, outstanding community connections, that care deeply about the community and about each other and about you. So the future is bright for the Wausau Police Department. There's been a very small number of people, a couple of people that have mentioned, hey, the police department's not going to be nearly as good without you as chief. And I know that to be patently false. I'm just one of 7 billion people on the planet. I'm just a guy, just like everybody else here. We're just a person who comes to work to try to make a difference in the community. And so, I'd like to say at the end of this video that I have had a great career in law enforcement, in that I've had the opportunity to serve people on a very individual level in my time as a patrol officer or drug investigator, even as a first line supervisor. And I think as you get promoted, and in my time as deputy chief and chief, I've had the opportunity to serve the people of our police department a lot more than maybe the individuals of our community, and give them the resources they need to be able to serve our community well. And it has been, I will treasure the time that I've had here. It's been a blessing to serve in this capacity, and I look forward to seeing what's next for the Wausau Police Department in the city of Wausau. So thank you so much for your support over the years. I'd like you to continue to support the Wausau Police Department and their efforts. I know that you will, because that's the kind of the people that live here in Wausau. And yeah, love people fiercely, be well, and thank you so much. I've really enjoyed getting to know this community and serving you.